Hey guys, welcome back to my Fire Emblem 7 draft. So for this chapter, I take out all 4 of my units because it's a route chapter, so I need to kill everyone as fast as possible. So first thing I'm gonna do is just take out the ballista with Florina and Nils' dancing abilities, which allows her to reach the ballista and take it out immediately. Unfortunately, there's another archer over there behind the ballista, so it's still gonna be able to, take over the ballista, but it's not a huge deal because I'm gonna be able to take him out as well next turn, and he's not gonna do too much damage, so I'm not really worried about the archer too much. In this whole chapter, basically how it's gonna work is Florina is gonna take out most of the stuff on the right side of the map, while Lyn and Lucius move down the left side and take out the rest of the enemies. And then in the end, they're gonna meet by the boss and take out the boss. So basically, the all that Nils is gonna do for this chapter is let Florina move a couple of times, and then he's gonna visit the village. And the village contains a very important item for this playthrough, which is the Lance Reaver. It's gonna be really important for the 2 upcoming chapters, not this one, but the chapter 9 and 10, because the bosses in both of those chapters wield lances, and of course I could use the Manikati as well, but with the Lance Reaver, Lyn doesn't actually have to take any damage and is able to take out the bosses quite easily. So yeah, I'm able to, this turn I'm just gonna move Florina down there. She's gonna easily take out the boss, no problem. Or not the boss, what I'm talking about, the ballista, no problem. And she's also gonna like aggro a couple of these enemies, which is good because she needs to be gaining as much experience as possible, and it's also less damage that Lyn and Lucius need to take, so yeah, that's very convenient. So yeah, Lyn actually ends up taking a ton of damage from these 2 cavaliers, and I'm gonna have to go for a bit of a risky play later on, but for now, just move Florina here. Might seem slightly risky to engage the brigand, but he doesn't actually do that much damage, and I'm able to easily take him out in a single turn. Even get a useless crit. So yeah. So Lucius and Lyn are gonna take out these cavaliers and move down. Yeah, so I take a bit of a risk going for the Manikati since it's only had a 64% chance to hit, but ends up working out, and it's pretty early in the chapter, so I could have easily restarted anyway, so yeah, decided to go for a bit of a risk. These 3 enemies next to the boss actually can wield their opposite, like, the Lance Reaver, Axe Reaver, and Sword Reaver, so it was actually very good for me to fight the brigand with Florina, because I actually have the advantage over him for once. So yeah, here the guy gives me a Lance Reaver, which is going to be important later, like I said. Here I'm not exactly... I don't remember what I actually end up doing with Florina. I think I just like heal her and that's it, because the mercenary has the Lance Reaver, so I don't want to be engaging him with the Florina, because not only does he have a good chance to dodge my attacks, but he also does quite a bit of damage actually, so not really worth fighting him, especially since Lucius is gonna easily take him out on this turn. So let's see. Yeah, I think I just move Florina right here. She's gonna damage the boss a bit. Not really that important, but I don't know, I guess I just wanted Florina to get a bit of experience. On the enemy phase, Lucius is gonna take out those soldiers there, or no, actually, I'm gonna move Lyn down there, and she's gonna take them out, so that's not an issue. And the mercenary is actually gonna engage Lucius, not Florina, so that's also pretty nice. So yeah, I'm easily able to take him out. Actually, one of those soldiers does survive, but at this point it doesn't matter. I'm easily able to I'm easily gonna be able to take out the boss with Lucius because he's a magic user, and I'm gonna finish off that one soldier with Florina. So that's this chapter done. I think I went. This is a pretty. I'm happy with the turns for this chapter. Don't think I could have really done it that much better. So that's nice. I think it was like 7 turns. Unfortunately, I forgot to look at the status screen for that chapter, but yeah, I think it was like 7 turns. So for this chapter, I don't take out Nils because Nils is actually going to be kind of detrimental, and I take the Iron Lance from Wallace so that he doesn't like if an enemy ends up engaging him, then Wallace is not going to counterattack. So yeah. I think, yeah, for this chapter it's also quite nice that I have Florina, who's a flying unit, because I'm gonna be able to I'm gonna be able to fly Lynn over the mountain, take her to the boss immediately, and just take him out like immediately. So yeah, I just rescue Lynn. Florina is gonna avoid all combat. Lucius is gonna take out like a couple of enemies, but Florina is not really gonna engage anyone. So yeah, Lucius gets a nice level here. Unfortunately, by this point, Lucius is starting to run out of light tomes, so I'm not gonna be able to use him for this or the next chapter. So yeah, it's really unfortunate that the game developers didn't, put in some sort of a shop where I could buy some more lightning tomes, but whatever, doesn't matter that much. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. Just, I guess, moving these guys so that they don't, like, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. What does matter is what's happening on the bottom right side of the map, where Lynn is already at the boss at like turn 2. The fog only now rolls in and I'm already at the boss, so I'm gonna be able to fight the boss. And I actually, as you're gonna see in a second, let's see, just wait. Like, I'm debating whether it's better to go for a Lance Reaver or the Manicate, because Manicate does more damage, but with the Lance Reaver I'm able to have the weapon advantage, so I have a much better chance to dodge the boss's attack and kill him. So the reason what I'm debating here is that I'm debating whether I want to like bait out his hand axe and then attack with the Manicate, but what I basically end up going for is just a Lance Reaver, and what you're gonna see in a second is that I actually get pretty lucky, and I end up getting a crit. So yeah, here you go, first time crit, and that was really lucky because, well, actually, it's not a huge deal because I would have been able to take him out on the next turn, maybe, but thing is, he would have switched into his hand axe, and then I probably wouldn't have been able to take him out. So I think it does actually end up mattering a lot, so it's really nice I got that crit. And I take him out with Florina, obviously, which is also pretty nice because she gets a ton of experience from that. And in this turn, I'm gonna just like kill a couple of units and just seize the throne. So that's like what, 3 turns I think that it took for me to beat this chapter. Let's see, I think I opened the status screen sometime around here. Yeah, oh, 4 turns. Okay, well, still really good. So there you go. So that's it for this chapter. Now in this chapter I don't take Lucius because he only has 1 light tome left, and unfortunately, like, I get light tomes only at the very, like, almost at the end of the chapter. So since I have to go fast and all that stuff, I don't really take a detour to visit the shop at the bottom of the level. So Lucius doesn't end up getting used. Anyway, the main point for this chapter is that I need to get this energy ring really badly, because my main way of killing the boss is to have Lyn use the Lance Reaver, and unfortunately, because of Lyn's shitty strength growths earlier in the game, she uh, she only has 8 strength, so that means that with the Lance Reaver she only does 3 damage per hit with the Lance Reaver. So that's really way too slow, and I'm actually gonna run out of Lance Reavers before I'm able to even kill the boss, since you know the boss actually heals off 3 HP every turn. So I'm only able to do like 9 damage every turn, you know, considering the considering that he also attacks on the enemy face. So yeah, I'm not actually able to take him out doing 3 hits, 3 damage per hit. So I'm gonna have to use the energy ring on Lyn just to take out the boss. I was gonna use the energy ring on Florina initially, but you know, I can't do that. So Nil's just standing up there, minding his own business, just dodging hits while he's standing on a mountain. Here, I'm finally gonna drop off Lyn, and she's gonna use the energy ring. And here I actually need Florina to like fight off all those enemies that are gonna come charging at you know, at my units. So so Florina actually does end up taking a ton of damage from that, which is quite unfortunate, but she does end up surviving, just barely, and yeah, I end up winning the chapter. So yeah, I have the Lance Reaver. I only have 11 uses at this point, so yeah, wouldn't have been enough to have only 3 damage per hit, you know, with 11 uses. Especially considering the boss is healing every turn. So yeah, I use a vulnerary here. I want to still have Florina right there, because in case the boss attacks Lyn, which he does actually end up hitting Lyn in the end, I don't want Lyn to die, obviously, but, so I want Florina to you know, bait these enemies and take some hits. Because I know that she's gonna be able to probably take him slightly better, considering she has more HP, and I think she has slightly better defensive stats. So let's see, where do I move Florina? Oh yeah, I actually run out of vulneraries here, so I need to take one from Lyn, and yeah, heal her up. And I'm gonna move her right to the spot, because now none of the other enemies can reach Lyn, and I'm gonna be able to take out the boss on the enemy face. Got a really nice crit there, so that's gonna allow me to take out the enemy slightly earlier. So yeah, as you can see, Lundrigan does actually end up hitting Lyn once, but fortunately it doesn't end up mattering at all. So finally Lyn gets another strength level, but a bit too late, I would say. Florina really needs to dodge at least one of these archers. Unfortunately she doesn't dodge the first one, but she does dodge the second one, so it's all good. So I think that's 9 turns that took me to beat this chapter, and that's it for Lyn mode. So thanks for watching, and see you next time on Hector mode. So yeah, I'm about to seize the throne. Yeah, 9 turns. Okay, yeah. See ya.